In our next hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Man yuridillahu bihi khayran yufaqqihhu fid din." Muttafaqun alayh. That whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for, He causes him to understand his religion. And this is a tremendous hadith because it recalibrates us, right? Unfortunately, most of us in the dunya, our senses are thrown off, right? If you're an adult, you're responsible for people. You got to make money. You've got to hustle. You've got to have a job. You've got to take care of things. And so a lot of what we spend our time interacting with is the dunya. And so the liability of this, or one of the consequences of this, is that it starts to get us thinking of success in terms of dunya. And even when it comes to knowledge, it gets us to think about knowledge in terms of dunya. And we don't need any help already with that, because we already live in an era where everything's about science and STEM and this and that and the third, and Harvard and Princeton and Yale and supposedly, the ivory towers. You tell somebody that you're, subhanAllah, you tell somebody's parents they're going to Yale or they're going to Harvard, and you see the reaction. You tell them you want to drop out and you want to go to Morocco or Saudi or somewhere to study the deen, and you see the reaction. That tells you all you need to know about how much we need this hadith. You get that full ride to Harvard or that full ride to Yale, everybody's going to celebrate you. The marriage proposals are going to come in force. Everyone's going to be like, this is the guy, I made it. But you're going to live in some sort of roach-infested apartment in Medina or in Cairo or in Fez, studying the deen, eating bread and lentils for years, just trying to understand Arabic, get your tajweed straight, understand basic fiqh, these sorts of things. And you're seen as a failure. The marriage proposals dry up. You're not celebrated, you're overlooked. Unfortunately, that's the dunya, and that's where we are. The Prophet ﷺ, he's trying to correct and recalibrate our sensors. He's saying that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for a person, He doesn't let him get into Harvard, He doesn't let him get into Yale, all the other things that could have been said in this hadith. He makes him understand his religion. That is the supreme good above all other good. Any type of thing in this dunya, compared to understanding your religion, pales in comparison. Because when you understand your religion, everything else falls into line. Doesn't mean you're going to be a rock star. Doesn't mean you're going to be super popular or super successful or very rich or anything like that. It couldn't possibly mean that. But it means that you're going to understand right from wrong. You're going to sleep well at night because you understand, you're not going to make enemies unnecessarily. You're going to forgive people and be forbearing. You're going to go out of your way to encourage what's good, the known good, and you're going to be a factor in limiting and prohibiting and preventing the evil from taking place. You're going to be an essential component of your community. You're going to uplift everybody and everything around you. That's why in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that for the alim, somebody who is learned, somebody who understands his deen, every single creature on earth asks Allah to forgive that person. Hatta al-haytan fil bahr, even the fish in the sea. We need this hadith more than ever. We look at what we're doing to the sea. We're dumping toxic sludge and plastics. There's the island of plastic in the Pacific Ocean, 2 of them actually. We need the ulama. We need people who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given understanding in their deen to be running things, to be deciding things, to be impactful, to be the real influencers. Not necessarily on social media, but the real influencers, people with real influence and real authority. The most important type of person in this dunya is the person who understands their religion.